Hello everyone, I hope you and your families are safe. Today we are going to discuss about encryption and decryption. Now some instructions for this lesson. Today we are going to discuss the last lesson for this chapter. Secondly, lesson can be found on your book page 212 till 214. Please do not forget to read the book for more detailed information over this topic. If you have any question, please feel free to write me at my email. Also, you may write your concerns in Google Classroom. Reminder, all the assignments should be submitted in Google Classroom. Encryption. Most search engines, regardless of if they track you, encrypt your search data. This is how search engines, including Google, Yahoo, and Search Encrypt, all protect the user's information. Google, which collects tons of user data, is obligated to protect that information. SSL encryption is a standard for protecting sensitive information for search engines and other websites. Encryption is the process that encodes a message or file so that it can be only read by certain people. Encryption uses an algorithm to scramble or encrypt data and then uses a key for receiving party to unscramble or decrypt the information. The message contained in an encrypted message is referred to as plain text. In its encrypted, unreadable form, it is referred to as the cipher text. Basic forms of encryption may be as simple as switching letters. As cryptography advanced, cryptographers added more steps and decryption became more difficult. The process of data encryption. Data or plain text is encrypted with an encryption algorithm and an encryption key. The process results in ciphertext, which only can be viewed in its original form. It is decrypted with a correct key. Symmetric key ciphers uses the same secret key for encrypting and decrypting a message or file. While symmetric key encryption is much faster than asymmetric encryption, the sender must exchange the encryption key with the recipient before he can decrypt it. As companies find themselves needing to securely distribute and manage huge quantities of keys, most data encryption services have adapted and use an asymmetric algorithm to exchange the secret key after using a symmetric algorithm to encrypt data. On the other hand, asymmetric cryptography, sometimes referred to as a public cryptography, uses two different keys, one public and one private. The public key, as its name, may be shared with everyone, but the private key must be protected. RSA algorithm is the cryptosystem for public key encryption that is widely used to secure sensitive data, especially when it is sent over an insecure network like the Internet. The RSA algorithm's popularity comes from the fact that both the public and private key can encrypt a message to assure the confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, and electronic communication and data through the use of digital signatures. Decryption is the process of taking encoded or encrypted text or other data and converting it back into the text that you or the computer can read and understand. This term could be used to describe a method of unencrypting the data manually or encrypting the data using the proper codes or keys. Data may be encrypted to make it difficult for someone to steal the information. Some companies also encrypt the data for general protection of company data and trade secrets. If this data needs to be viewable, it may require decryption. If a decryption password or key is not available, special softwares may be needed to decrypt the data using algorithms to crack the decryption and make the data readable.
Imagine two people who share an important secret have to split up. This requires them to communicate private information from a distance. However, an eavesdropper named Eve also wants this information and has the ability to intercept their messages. So Alice decides to communicate using letters written in some kind of secret code. The following analogy is helpful. First, Alice locks her message in a box using a lock that only her and Bob know the combination to. This is known as encryption. Then the locked message is sent to Bob. When Bob receives the box, he opens it using the code they shared in advance. This is called decryption. Cryptography begins when we abandon physical locks and use ciphers instead. Think of them as virtual locks. Ciphers allow Alice and Bob to scramble and descramble their messages so that they would appear meaningless if Eve intercepted them. Cryptography has been around for thousands of years. It has decided wars and is at the heart of the worldwide communication network today. The fascinating story of cryptography requires us to understand two very old ideas related to number theory and probability theory.
This is the end of the topic. Please feel free to contact me if you need any further information. You may write me at my mail or you may write on Google Classroom. Thank you for your attention.